welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's been a while. I'm not even gonna get into all of that because it's just gonna be a long intro, and I've been told I talk too much. So for today's video, I'm doing a Q&A. I asked my friends on Instagram to ask me questions that would be good for a YouTube video. And so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I have my phone and I have the questions, and so we're gonna start. All right. So first question, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? What are you majoring in and why? That is a good question. So what made me want to start a YouTube channel? I like to talk, if you haven't noticed. I like to talk, and a YouTube channel has been something that I said I was going to do for the longest time, in my head. Oh, it would be super cool to start a YouTube channel. Oh, it would be super cool. Oh, I have this idea. I would think of it randomly and write it down in my journal and then be like, yeah, when I start a YouTube channel, whatever. And then I never did it because I'm afraid, and I was afraid of what people were gonna think, that they were gonna think I was annoying. And so I never started a YouTube channel. And I don't know, I was like, okay, this would be the best time to start it. It's the summer, I have things going on. Well, I thought I did at that time. And what else do I have going for me? Why not was really what motivated me to do it, at least now. And so that was the push, and I did it. And then I don't know, I'm very hypercritical of myself. I'm very hypercritical, and so every single time I would post on my Instagram story, oh, I have a YouTube video, every single time I would post a YouTube video, I would feel sick to my stomach because nothing satisfied me, everything was wrong. And I started the YouTube channel to have fun and to add something to my summer that could be fun. And so I was making it not fun for myself by being super hypercritical and I don't like the way why did you talk like that? I was thinking everyone thinks I'm so annoying, nobody's watching this. Anyway, so now that I'm back again, why am I back again? I just was I'm not gonna let fear and me being insecure dictate my life. I know that's new for me. I'm not gonna let that dictate my life, and I'm just gonna have fun with it. You win some, you lose some, and so if it flops, it flops. If it doesn't flop, oh, that's great. So that's what's kept me here. So that's why I started, and then that's why I'm back. And then what's my college major and why? So I'm majoring in international studies and education. Those are two separate things. International studies because I do love learning about the world. My region on that, so the way my school does it is you have a sub major under international studies, and you have a region, and then you have a language. So my sub major is political economy and development because I want to learn about international development. And then my region is sub-Saharan Africa. And then my language is Portuguese, and your language has to coordinate with your region. So it's really Lusophone Africa and its development is what I'm studying. And I'm really passionate about that. And it's something that I like studying, and I like going to class and learning about it. So that really helps for me. And then education because I think I would love to be a teacher in the future. And the way that I love to learn, I hope that one day I can let other people also have that same love for learning. If that makes sense, because that's how I started getting really passionate about African development because of a teacher that I had. So then hopefully I can do that for someone else. Hope that makes sense. All right, next question. I have a question. Who is your hero? That is a good question. As a Christian, I know my answer is supposed to be, my hero is Jesus. Which, sure, great, yes. But I think this is really a general thing, but I think my heroes in life generally are people that I see doing stuff so unapologetically, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is so many times people do stuff and people are quick to be oh, that's so cringe, or that could never be me, and all of that stuff. And I saw this quote on TikTok, and it was is what they're doing cringe, or are you just jealous that you wouldn't have the confidence? Oh my gosh. Is what they're doing cringe, or are you just jealous that you wouldn't have the confidence to do that? And I really thought about that, and I think that a lot of my heroes in life are people because I get embarrassed so easily, and people who I see doing things, and it's dang, they don't care, and in a good way. They're just living their life and doing things without worrying every second about what someone is thinking about them, or if this is socially acceptable, or any of that type of thing. And honestly, I don't know, I aspire to be like that. So I guess that's my hero, but also Jesus. Let me see. Okay, so I got questions about my transition to UMich, And then what my first year of university was like. I think the exact question, let me find it. Oh, how would you describe the freshman college experience? Well, I know I did a video, so I did like a snack and chat video before talking about like my first year of uni, my first year of college, what that was like, etc., etc. And looking back on that video, yes, everything I said was true and accurate, but you know, it was a little bit on the Debbie Downer side, not gonna lie. It had a little bit of, you know, I was just reeling, like I was just got out of my first year, and so I was kind of like sitting in all of the emotions. So I think a lot of that I kind of focused on the negative aspects of my first year, but to focus on the positive, I think that your first year of college, you learn a lot about yourself. That's for sure. I learned a lot about myself. You do a lot of introspective, even if you're out here partying every night, you're with your friends every day, it is still a time that you get to learn about yourself. My favorite part of college is just like the agency, like the autonomy that you have over your own life. Like I love, like I can wake up, I can go grocery shopping, I was just in charge of myself, which I really liked. And I know that makes a lot of people nervous, just living by themselves or being away from their family. But that was my favorite part. Not being away from my family, that sounds rude. But what I'm saying is like being on my own, I really liked that feeling of like having control. So that was a really good part. It also helps you like get out of your comfort zone with a lot of things. And so I feel like that was good. You meet people that maybe you weren't like surrounded by before. I know for me personally, let me think. So I did audition for an a cappella group and I got into that, which is super fun. And I like done choir in high school a lot, and also theater, like musical theater. But I never like sung like in an ensemble or like an a cappella group. And so that was new for me. It was also new for me to like audition for that type of thing. But just getting in, shout out to the Sirens. They were like really nice girls, and I feel like that's a way that I was able to like step out of my comfort zone and do something that I really enjoy. Same as like, okay, so I used to always write poetry. I mean, I still kind of do, but I only shared it with like my friends, and that being only like 2, maybe 3 friends. But I got to like perform spoken word poetry. Oh, well, I performed like poetry for like classes if I wrote it for an assignment, but like nothing that I ever wrote like for myself, about myself, anything like that. In like my first year of college, I got to perform spoken word poetry at 2 events, and I was just super proud of myself that I was able to put myself out there and step out of my comfort zone in that way, and then receive positive feedback, because I'm a words of affirmation type gal. And so anytime someone tells me that I'm doing good, like it encourages me to keep doing that. I don't know. So in that way, first year of college, like, I don't know, it helped me learn a lot about myself, who I am, my interests. I really love that you finally get to study something that you are passionate about. I know that's not the case for everyone, but like I got to study, like I was excited. Obviously it's still school, and there's still classes that you're gonna have to take whether or not you like it, but I was like excited about what I was learning. I remember I would like call people and be like, oh my goodness, in my class we talk about this, like, and that's not something I had done at least senior year for sure. So that was really exciting about my first year. Goodness, I'm talking too much. I was really excited about my first year, and so that's how I was kind of summarize first year of college experience. You learn a lot about yourself, you step out of your comfort zone, but usually that pays off. But sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone, I mean, it means you're uncomfortable. So there's that as well. And then obviously in that video that I made before, I talked a lot about like the other negative emotions that you kind of feel your first year, or at least that I felt, especially in a pandemic university year, being sent home and everything. But you can watch that if you want to hear me be a Debbie Downer. But today, that's how I feel about it. And then just transition to University of Michigan, specifically for that question. When I first went to University of Michigan, that was move-in week. So I'd never been to Michigan, like the state, or the campus of University of Michigan before, like when I was moving in. So that in itself was like an adjustment that I'm not sure if I was ready for, but I mean, I got ready. I had to figure it out, and I did. So it was an interesting transition, and the people there were not people that I'm like used to hanging around. So in terms of making friends, that was really an adjustment for me, because I was learning like, am I changing who I am to kind of fit in with these people, or like to understand their humor, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way that I'm trying to appear on camera now, at least in this like new phase, that I'm kind of like just be yourself, don't care how people think phase of my YouTube channel, which is starting right now. I feel like this is my most authentic self, or almost there. And I'm not sure if I really had that, at least initially at University of Michigan, because like the people there, I mean, a lot of them were from Michigan, and I feel like because of the pandemic, there weren't a lot of out-of-state students like living on campus. And so already from there, I kind of felt like out of touch, and like, I don't know. And then the friends that I was making there, they were super cute and fun and fresh. But it was just hard to make friends because of COVID and a lot of things are online. And then also, I don't know, I was expecting to go there and find besties for the resties, you know, my sisters for life. Because I have some pretty good friendships in my life that I was kind of comparing them to. And because it wasn't quite that yet, I was getting easily frustrated. And yeah, that's what I'm going to say about the whole friends thing. But I do have hope that next year will be better on that regard. Next question. Okay, so this question says, what's the most embarrassing thing you've done in university so far? Well, this has actually happened recently. And you're like, how's that happened recently? You finished your first year of university. Well, so what had happened was I had this job as an orientation leader for the summer for my school. So like we were working with new students, we're like orienting them into the school. We do like live Zoom sessions every day, but also we made these like pre-recorded videos for them to like, you know, it's like this course about transitioning into college, whatever. So as part of this job, we had to do a video introducing ourselves. So what they wanted us to do was to like catch a letter M. It wasn't there. They were gonna edit that in. Talk, introduce, hello, my name is Sarah, whatever. And then throw it to someone else so they could catch the letter M and introduce themselves. It was probably a cringe video, but like I said, this was my job. I was getting paid, and you would do a 2 for a check. Hashtag Coco Jones. Anyways, I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, no one's gonna watch these anyways. It's chill. Then the other day, I received this message in the group chat from my acapella group, and someone's like, oh my goodness, Sarah, is this you? Already my heart is going like pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, because when someone's like, is this you? It's usually not a good thing. And so it was this TikTok that a new student had made, like class of 2025. And it said, which my friend also put this in the Q&A thing on Instagram. It said like acting was invented in like 534 BC or something like that. This is like, and then it says before 534 BC. And it's that clip from me of that video that I did for my job of like me like, oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting you there. And I catch the M and I'm like, yes, it was a cringe video. Do I deserve to be roasted? Probably. But y'all, it was my job. Anyways, so that was hiking embarrassing. The video has like, I stopped checking, but last I checked it has like 70,000 views. If you've seen it, you know. But yeah, that was the most embarrassing thing. But at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm laughing with y'all, hopefully. But yeah, the comments are out here dragging me as well. They're like, U of M has really gotten downhill. Or it would be like, and the Academy Award goes to. And the sucky part is that only my part was in the video. So that was the most embarrassing thing. And the fact that like people, like so many people were sending it to me and were like, oh my goodness, Sarah, like this is you. And it was showing up on people's For You pages. Y'all, I've been through it. But that's probably the most embarrassing thing, but it's not that deep, hopefully. Anyways, next question. Okay, so I have a question that said, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? For the longest time, y'all, I've always said like, if I could live anywhere, it's gonna be Nairobi, Kenya. Y'all, I've been there one time. I went there one time for a choir trip and I fell in love. I was like, Nairobi, Kenya, that's where I'm gonna live. I still think that, to be honest. I'm like, Nairobi, Kenya is the place for me. I don't know why I fell in love with there. My host family there was also chef's kiss. Shout out to Khadija. She's not watching this, but I love her. I don't know, I really liked Kenya. And from then on, I was like, I'm gonna live there next. And I just might, you know, maybe post-grad, I'll find a way to live there. But I don't know, I really like the food there. I like the people, they're so friendly. I liked Nairobi, I like the city. And I think the time we went was like right after an incident occurred where people were worrying about safety in Nairobi, but I felt really safe there. I don't know, I really like Kenya in general. I don't know if I could pass as East African. What are you guys thinking? No? Anyways, Kenya, Nairobi. That's where I would live if I could live anywhere. Next question. What are some of your future goals? Oh my goodness, I like that question. Okay, some of my future goals. One, I'm gonna be working as part of like res staff in my building. Not in my building, res staff for my school. So I'll be living like in a residential building, working there, like with students, maybe first years, we're not sure yet. And so I'm hoping that goes well. I'm really hoping it's an opportunity for personal growth as well. I mean, it's paying for my room and board, so I'm glad either way, but hopefully it does something like that for me. I'm hoping to get a teaching certificate and also an IB teaching certificate because my school does offer that. What else are my future goals? I'm hoping to get a master's, and I want to do my master's in the UK, so I'm speaking that into the atmosphere. What else are my future goals? I want to have a hubby and like 4 little chocolate drop kids. Yeah, 4 of them. What else? Oh, I want to continue to like get good marks, do well in school. I'm already in the honors college, but I'm going for honors with distinction when I graduate. What else? I don't know. I'm hoping to get really, I don't know, what was I trying to say? I'm hoping to get really involved on campus is what I'm saying. I'm already in some stuff at school, but I'm hoping like next year, like in the fall, in August, when things are like more in person. Oh my God. When things are more in person, I can really feel like a Wolverine or whatever, and I get really involved in campus. That's another one of my goals. And then I'm trying to grow in my faith. So I think those are all of my future goals for now. So at this point in editing, I realized that I've been talking for far too long, and this video definitely needed 2 parts. Otherwise, y'all would be here for 30 minutes. So that's the end of part 1. I'll post part 2 on Friday. Love you.